I'll welcome everyone again. It just takes a second to go from recording on Zoom, as we know, to recording on YouTube. So we'll take that moment and say Shabbat Shalom, as I think we are on YouTube, everyone. So Shabbat Shalom. I hope everyone is doing well, that you're filled with health and happiness. Happy President's Day weekend. We are so thrilled to be here tonight. For Mikveh Israel, it's always wonderful to have Friday night service. Obviously, we'd rather be together in a building, but if we're together in a building, we wouldn't be able to have some of the people on this call. We have people from South Carolina, from Virginia, from Texas, and Georgia, and we're so thrilled. So Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We'll be using the Mishkan Tefillah prayer book, which you can find on the website or on the PDF that was sent out. It's not actually a PDF, it's more of a website where it turns pages. We will put it on the screen for everyone. So now I want to welcome everybody who's participating tonight. So everybody unmute yourselves, please, if you'd like. And let me introduce everybody. So welcome to Alan, to Flo, to Glenn, to Jess, to Jules, to Kaiten, to Leslie, to Noel, to Steve, to Kelly, to Victor, to Herbert, and Teresa Victor. Did I forget anybody?
Isabel.
Glenn.
No, he said me.
Oh, okay.
I was just waiting.
Welcome to Isabel as well.
Hey, everybody. Hey,
There you
Isabel.
go. And Noel, hello to Noel. So my computer was not letting me scroll down.
Yeah.
It's freezing here.
It's freezing in Houston, which is something that's very strange. I always feel like when I put us on gallery view that we're part of the Brady Bunch. Hey Glenn, how you doing? Hey Flo, Ellen, you doing all right?
Hey, Jess.
Hey.
So we're gonna go ahead and start our
Kelly.
service. Again, anybody who wants to participate in the service is welcome to join us on Zoom. You can also watch us on YouTube. If you're on Zoom, you're obviously not required to be part of the service in terms of leading anything. Everybody's welcome on any of the ways we broadcast. So we're going to begin our service as I'm going to go to share screen. And for those of you who do have the prayer book in hard copy form, I'm going to invite you to turn to page 3. Now, in the prayer book we use, there are 2 forms in a hard copy form. You can have just the Shabbat form, or you can have the Shabbat and holidays and weekdays, which makes the book larger. So I have to give 2 page numbers. So it's page 3 or page 121. As it's a pleasure to invite Leslie Westmoreland, the president of our congregation, to lead us in the prayer before we light the candles, page 3 or 121.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Thank you, Leslie. Now we're going to go to the previous page, page 2, as I'm going to turn the camera over here so you can see the candles. We're going to light the Shabbat candles as we invite Kaiten to sing the prayer. As is tradition, we light them first, and then we say the prayer. It's the only prayer really in which you do the action before the words. So Kaiten, would you please lead us?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you, Kaiten. That was beautiful. As we're going to try a few different things tonight. Each week we'd like to add some different prayers or different ways to sing. So we're going to try this one, which is called Get Up, which we used to do for our family service, but it's a nice way of just kind of get everybody awake, ready to celebrate. So I'm going to put the words on the screen as we're going to invite Kelly to lead us in Get Up.
Good evening, everybody. It's very easy.
Even, from home, if you want to join in, it's just the same words over and over and over again. So. Get up, get up, get up. 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 Hitnari, Hitnari, me afar kumi. Leave she big day, tifarte kami. 'Cause it's too late to sleep now, baby. Shake the dust off of your feet. Dress yourself in something pretty. Oh, holy child, come on and celebrate with me. Get up, get up, get up. 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 Don't look back over your shoulder. Don't wait around till it's too late. Now's our time in the spotlight. We need you now. Come on and dance through these holy gates. Get up, get up, get up. 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 Hitnari, Hitnari, me afar kumi. Leave she big day, tifarte kami. And get up, get up, get up. Get up, get up, get up. Get up, get up, get up. Last time. Get up, get up, get up.
Thank you, Kelly. Nice way to get us all ready for the Sabbath, get us all excited. We're now, though, going to turn back to our prayer book as we're going to go to page 6 or page 124, page 6 or 124, as we're going to invite Glenn to lead us. And Glenn, you may still be on mute.
I think I took it off.
Okay, you're off. Yes, you are.
And
The bottom one.
bottom one. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life.
Thank you very much. As we're now going to turn to page 20 or page 138, as we're going to sing Lecha Dodi. Kelly, which verses are we singing tonight?
We're singing 1, 2, 5, and 9. Give me 1 second to have a little technical glitch. All right, I think I'm good. I have a very long wire on my headphones, and sometimes the wire gets stuck underneath the wheel of my chair. So we're all good to go now. Lekadodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela Lekadodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zakur b'dibur echad Hishmi'anu el ha'meyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad Ulshem ultifelet beli tehila Likrat kala yalala 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela Likadodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zakor b'di. Oh wait, I think I just did that one already. Likrat Shabbat lekuven elcha ki makor habaraka merosh mekedem nesuka sof mashe b'makshavat hila Lekadodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela Lekadodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela
Verse 5.
Hitoreri kiva ore kumi uri shir daberi kevod Adonai Ali Nigla Lekadodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela Lekadodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela
Last verse.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simcha Uvitsola tokemonei am segula boi kala Lekadodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela Lekadodi likrat kala yalala 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabela.
Thank you, Kelly. As we're going to turn to page 26 or 144, as we're going to invite Jules to lead us in the full Kaddish, or the Kaddish we have here, which is something we don't usually do, except for at the end of the service. If the Kaddish is not being used for the mourner's Kaddish, it's mostly being used as a divider. So in this case, it divides the prep for the Kabbalat Shabbat from the actual service. So Jules, we invite you, as he is our South Carolina
Robert, I thought I was
representative.
doing the Kiddush, not the Kaddish.
Oh, you want to do the Kiddush?
I'll do both if you.
We'll do the kid. We'll do the kid. You know what? I don't want to do Kaddish. It's over. I just it was. So Jules, would you like to do the full Kiddush?
Yes, I'd love it.
Okay. Why don't we save that for the end of the service instead of doing it now? What do you think? All right. So we're skipping that, and we're going to go to page 27, as we're going to invite Noel, who is a former retired teacher, to lead us in this beautiful prayer. Page 27. And you may be on mute still. No, I think you're still on mute.
Okay. Teach me, O God, a blessing of prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Lest my day be today as the one before, least routine set my ways.
Thank you, Noel. As we're going to now turn to page 29, as we read a translation for the Baruch before we read the Baruch. It's kind of a non-linear translation, or it's not a literate one. So we're going to invite Teresa to read that on page 29 or 147.
There is one who sings the song of his own life, finding everything within himself. There is one who leaves the circle of herself and sings the song of her people. There is one whose voice rings with the song of humanity, hoping for the highest perfection. And there is one who rises even higher, uniting with all creatures, with all worlds, filling the universe with song. Navarre, let us bless.
Thank you. And for those who would like to rise, we're going to continue with the Baruch, which is on the previous page, page 28. Again, we understand we're all in front of the computers, so you don't have to rise, but we're going to invite everyone, of course, to do so if they'd like. Again, page 28 or page 146.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Hamevorach Leolam Bayet Hamevorach Hamevorach Leolam Bayet Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Hamevorach Leolam Bayet.
Thank you, Kelly. As we're going to turn now to page 31, as we're going to read our prayer for creation. Now, you'll notice in this prayer book, if you're new to it, that it gives us usually a Hebrew prayer and then 3 English options. We read one of the English options. We're not skipping pages. We just choose one of them. So on page 31, I'm going to invite Herbert to read our prayer of creation.
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and seasons glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim.
Thank you. As we're going to continue on page 33 at the top of the page, as we invite Leslie to lead us in our prayer, thanking God for the love God gives us.
As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me? Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohei Amo Yisrael.
Thank you, Leslie. As we turn to the next page, as we invite Kelly to lead us in Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malkuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad.
And everyone who is standing, please be seated as we're going to continue with our prayer, thanking God for the commandments on page 36. Would anybody like to read this? We don't have any scheduled. I'm happy to do it, but would anybody like to do it?
I would.
All right, please, Jules.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשבתך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
All right, we've had our Texas representative, our South Carolina representative on page 37 or 155. We're going to invite Jess, our Virginian, who is going to lead us in the alternative translation of Ve'ahavta. We're having a little trouble hearing you, Jess.
Teach them to your children. Sorry.
Start from the beginning.
Okay. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God.
Thank you very much. And we're going to go page 39 now. Actually, it made 39, not 397, as we're going to invite Teresa to lead us in our prayer of redemption, page 39 or 157.
In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May the earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
Thank you. That was beautiful. And this is meant to be a responsive reading. Obviously, we can't do responsive readings with the technology we have. So maybe from now on, I should give this part to people who are sharing the screen together. That seems like something I should have figured out more than a year later. So it took me 11 months, but I got there. We're going to turn to page 342 first, as we're going to sing Miriam's song, and then we're going to return back to page 40 for Mi Chamocha. Both, of course, are our prayer of freedom. Also 646.
And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. Miriam was a weaver of unite variety. The tapestry she wove was one which sang our history. With every strand and every thread she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit, she dances toward the light. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. Miriam stood upon the shores and gazed across the sea. The wonder of this miracle she soon came to believe. Whoever thought the sea would part with an outstretched hand, and we would pass to freedom, march to the promised land. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. And Miriam the prophet took her timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice in song, she sang with praise and might. We've just lived through a miracle, we're gonna dance tonight. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long.
Page 40 or 158.
Mika moka baili madonai, Mika moka nedar bakodesh, Nora tehilot osefele, Nora tehilot osefele.
Now we turn to page 44 or 162, as we're going to invite first Herbert to lead us in our prayer for the Sabbath in English, and then invite Jules to lead us in Yismechu. Herbert, you may still be on mute. Yeah, Herbert, you're still on mute.
Okay,
Now I lost my page.
here.
The
Yeah.
people of Israel shall keep Shabbat. Observing Shabbat throughout the ages is a covenant for all times. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and he was refreshed.
And excuse me, it's not Jules who'll be singing Vishamru. My mistake, it's Caton who's singing Vishamru. So I apologize, Jules and Caton.
Am I muted?
You're not muted, Caton. We can hear you loud and clear.
V'shamaru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat, Ledorotam Beridolam. B'nei Uvein b'nei Yisrael, Oti le'olam, Ki sheshet yamim Hasha Adonai, Et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Uvayom hashivi, Shabbat va'inafash. Uvayom hashivi, Shabbat va'inafash.
Thank you, Caton. As we're going to turn to page 48 or page 166, as I'm going to invite anyone who would like to please rise. We're going to go right from 48 to page 50 as we invite Steve to lead us in the Avot and Gevorot, also known as the beginning of the Amidah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol Vizoher chaste avot v'imot, umeg v'gilal libnei b'neihem, lemon shemo b'ahava, melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham, v'eretz ratzorah, atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Michaye hakol atah Rav Hoshia, Michael Chaim Bechesed, Michael HaKol Berachamim Rabim. So make noflim berachei holim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato, lishenei afar, michamocha bal gevurot, umido melach, melech mevit, umachaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, v'chayei hakol.
Thank you, Steve. As we're now going to turn to page 53 and invite Glenn to read our third paragraph or third prayer in the Amidah, page 53 or 171.
Days pass and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see that wherever we gaze, that the bush burns unconsumed, and we, clay touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it.
Thank you, Glenn. As we're going to turn to the bottom of page 55, as we're going to invite Flo to lead us in our prayer for the Sabbath, page 55 or page 173.
Disturb us, Adonai. Ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude that arises from the shunning of the horror of defeat, the bitterness and poverty, physical, spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai. Deny to us the false Shabbat which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of Kippur and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai HaKadosh HaShabbat.
Perfect. Thank you. As we're now going to turn to page 57, as at the top of the page, we see Retzeh in English. It's also a song. It's such a wonderful song. They actually put the English version in the prayer book. So we're going to invite Kelly to lead us at Ever Present One, page 57 or 175.
Ever-present One, may we, your people Israel, be worthy of our deeds and our prayers. Ever-present One, may we, your people Israel, be worthy of our deeds and our prayers. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion, restored in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Ever-present One, may we, your people Israel, be worthy of our deeds and our prayers. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu Be'amacha Yisrael U'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve, in reverence. Ever-present One, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayers.
Thank you, Kelly. We're going to invite Jess to read the translation for this prayer at the bottom of the page.
You are with us in our prayer, our love, and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are the still clear voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answers to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find a new strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha b'yirah na'avod.
Thank you, Jess. And let's go to page 59 for the penultimate prayer in the Amidah. It's also page 177, as we invite Terry to lead us in the prayer of thanksgiving. Top of the page. And Terry, you're still on mute.
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatau shemka ilkanaya ha-ladot.
Thank you. Yes, let's go to now page 61 as we're going to conclude the Amidah with our prayer of peace, as I'm going to invite our new board member, Alan Seidman, to lead us at the top of the page 61 or 179.
Can you make that any larger, Rabbi?
I may not be able to because it probably is going to go off the page. So just read the first line, and then after you get to the second line, I'll make it larger.
Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech im amo Yisrael b'shalom.
Thank you, Alan. And with that, we conclude the Amidah. But before we take a moment for our private meditation, we're going to take a moment as we're going to say a prayer like we do each week for those in need of healing. We take a moment as we say a prayer for those we know, and we say it for those who are suffering at this time, especially from the coronavirus. If anybody out here on our call would like to mention a name, I'm now going to invite you to do so. I'm going to add, we think about, and our thoughts and prayers go out to Jeremy Silver and Lynn Schwartz as they both look for a sense of healing, as we invite Caton to lead us in Lisa Levine's Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. Misha Berach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers May the one who blessed our fathers hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and be strengthened by the power of your love. Bless us with the vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us strength, show us the way. Mishaberach Avotenu, Mishaberach Imotenu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
Thank you. And as we've just taken some time to pray together, we also know we appreciate those private moments of meditation. So I'm going to invite each of us to take a moment of private prayer. Now I'm going to invite everyone who has their own prayer book to turn to page 349 or page 653, as we're going to invite Kelly to lead us in Dodi Li. Again, page 349 or 653.
Dodi li vani lo haroe bashoshanim. Dodi li vani lo haroe bashoshanim. Mizola min hamispat mizola. Kuteret more levona, more levona. Dodi li vani lo haroe bashoshanim. Dodi li vani lo haroe bashoshanim. Libabtini achoti kala, libati kala. Dodi li vani lo haroe bashoshanim. Uri tzafon uvoiteman. Uri tzafon uvoiteman. Dodi li vani lo haroe bashoshanim. Dodi li vani lo haroe bashoshanim.
Thank you, Kelly. As now we take a moment to say a Shechianu, a prayer of celebration. Mazel tov to Kathy and George Shriver celebrating their 35th anniversary. Mazel tov to David Newman and John Barnes' father, who are also celebrating their anniversary. And mazel tov to Caden Smith III, who's celebrating his birthday. And does anyone else on this call have a name they want to mention for anyone who is celebrating anything? All right. Kelly, go ahead, please.
I actually have a small but very meaningful celebration right now. I'm celebrating right now that I am wearing a beautifully crafted, beautifully colored shawl that was knitted for me by our very own Jules Kernis.
Really?
Yes.
Very
Sweet
nice.
of you, dear.
It makes me very happy to wear it, and I'm so honored that I got to be a recipient of one of his pieces of art. I noticed how beautiful Phoebe's was one time, and he never forgot it, and he made me one.
So amazing, because, you know, I asked for one from him 4 years ago, and he keeps saying it's coming, but he said he doesn't have time. When did you ask for one, Kelly, or when?
Well, I don't remember, but I just remember receiving it and being very happy about it.
It was probably within the last 4 years. Thanks a lot, Kate. I mean, Jules, so Jules, I'll expect mine pretty soon. It is beautiful.
You got it. I have something to announce.
Yes, please.
I'm getting my second vaccine shot tomorrow morning.
Congratulations. I'm glad we're doing it on the weekends now. So I hope it goes smoothly. I know sometimes reaction's a little bit more severe on the second time, but we hope yours goes very smoothly. So anybody else, that is awesome. Anybody else have anything they'd like to add? Noel. And Noel, you are still on mute.
I want to say something to Terry.
Okay.
Where are your other fur babies? How many do you have? One?
17.
This one? What?
I have 17.
17 fur babies?
Yes.
I love animals, and I wanted to say another thing to you that I thought your bravery telling about your family meet at the meet. I don't know, we were at some meeting together on Zoom, and you were so brave to talk about your family. I really think that's a wonderful thing. God bless you.
We're so happy your brother's doing so much better.
Can I just say I had my first shot today?
Oh, great. Congratulations. And how long do you have to wait for your next one? Is it a month or 2 weeks?
Exactly 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
March 12th.
All right. Well, good for you. Anybody else before we say Shechianu? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Shechianu. Herbert and Teresa wanted to add something, so we're interrupting the Shechianu. We're going to do it over. Herbert and Teresa, and you put yourself, there you go.
It's Flo.
Actually, it's Flo.
Oh, it's Flo. Flo, please.
Tuesday was my birthday.
Happy birthday, Flo. Mazel tov.
Yay.
All right, I apologize for not seeing you there. Anybody else want to? I want to make sure because I don't have everybody on the screen at the exact same time, so I apologize. All right, so let's say a Shechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Shechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu l'zman hazeh. Blessed are you, eternal God, ruler of the universe, who creates us and sustains us and brings us to times of great joy, just like getting our shots, just like saying thank you to someone taking care of their brother, just like anniversaries, just like birthdays. Amen. So I'm glad to see so many people are doing so many things. I have good news for you and a good news for me. We're running a little late, so we're not going to do the Devar tonight, which means I now have a prepared sermon for another time, because I think this one can go for several times. So next week, if you hear a sermon or 2 weeks that refers back to a couple weeks, no, that was the one written for tonight. It's probably, I don't want to brag, but it probably would have been the most important moment in everybody on this call's life. but we don't have time, so it's okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to our prayer book as we prepare to continue our service. So I'm going to invite everyone now to turn to page 258. As we turn there, as we're going to say our prayer for the country, 258 or 376. As it's a pleasure to invite Noel to lead us in our prayer for our country. And Noel, would you lead it where it says, "O Guardian" at the bottom of the page? And I'll make it a little smaller as we get to the bottom. So, and Noel, you still may be on mute.
Okay.
I know you are on mute. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife.
And there's one more line here, sorry. One more line, I'll get that for you. I can't make it bigger though. It says, and our country.
And our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Amen. Sorry about that. It just, this little number thing was covering it. We're now going to go to the next page, page 259 or 377, as we're going to Flo to lead us in our prayer. We haven't done this in a while for the state of Israel, and since I had the great pleasure and honor of going with her for her first trip to Israel 2 summers ago, I'm going to invite her to read it for us at the bottom of the page.
O Heavenly One, protector, redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks a dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them in your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. As now we're going to continue with the Eleno on page 287 or page 282 or page 586. For those of you who'd like, I invite you to rise as we're going to invite Jules to lead us in Eleno at the bottom of the page.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liyotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishbachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Thank you. And we're going to go ahead and turn to page 287 or page 591 as we're going to invite Terry to lead us in the second paragraph of the Eleno.
Rise up.
It says, may we gain our wisdom.
Okay. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
Amen. Thank you. And Jules, I forgot to put on the paper, would you lead us in V'ne'emar?
V'ne'emar, v'haya Adonai, Lemelech al kol haaretz. Bayom hahu, yiyeh Adonai echad. Ushemo echad.
Thank you. As I invite you to turn to page 295 or page 599. At this time, we think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died in this season and years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. We honor the memory of the men and women who gave their lives during the previous weeks, protecting our country as members of the armed forces. Remember those who died over the last 10 or 11 months from COVID-19. And we remember the Artside anniversary of Muriel Bonder, Teresa S. Bick, Henrietta A. Falk, Irene Frank, Ann Gardenhouse, Mrs. Jean Gilmore, Sylvia Grossman, Marcia Levine, Gladys Kaunitz, Marguerite Taylor Mazo, Alvin H. Nagelberg, Lillian Bell Nussbaum, Jeffrey Rabinovich, Mark Henry Shaw, Retta Dreyfus Steinheimer, Ida Zerman, and Tilly Zimmerman. Does anybody else have the name of anyone on this call or out there on YouTube who would like to mention it now? The Kaddish Praise is on page 294 or page 598, as I invite all who would like to please rise. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad yivrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayedecho beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarach l'olam al mei almaya, v'yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudisha brechu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlam Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say amen. And anyone who is standing, please be seated, as we're going to now welcome our president, who just started a few weeks ago, Leslie Westmoreland, as she has announcements and greetings for everyone.
Hi, good Shabbos, everybody. So lovely to worship with those of you on YouTube and to actually on Zoom to get to see you as we're worshiping, kind of almost like being in synagogue together. Rabbi, thank you for the lovely service. Thank you to everybody who participated, and Kelly and Kate and Jules for such beautiful music. I want to mention just a couple of dates to remind everybody about. Saturday, February 20th, after services on Saturday morning, Rabbi will be talking with Savannah Mayor Johnson, and so that will surely be something you don't want to miss, so be sure and put that on your calendar. Also, be sure to put February 26th, our Purim Spiel, on your calendar. That also will be an exciting time. So that'll be at 5:30. And if anybody's still wanting to participate, it is not too late to let Rabbi know. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend and good Shabbos. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Leslie. Really appreciate it. We're looking forward to your tenure, as of course we all know. We're going to conclude with Kiva Moed, or Salam, which is a song we had sung previously during our family services. It's on the sheet here, but before we do that, I'm going to put everybody on gallery view and first say thank you to Glenn, to Flo, Teresa Herbert, Alan, Kate, of course, Leslie, Steve, Terry, Jess, Jules, Kelly, who participated. Thank you to Mark and David and Amy for joining us. Thank you to Isabel, who also joined us. We're so privileged to have so many people who volunteer their time. Now, I'm going to invite everyone now also to unmute and wish everybody Shabbat Shalom. Say hi to anybody. Please say goodnight, John Boy.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
Shabbat
Shalom.
shalom.
Good Shabbos. Shabbat
Hey,
Shalom.
Happy Georgia Day, too.
Happy Georgia Day. Thank you. And
Oh.
President's Day.
And Abraham Lincoln's birthday too.
Yes, don't forget that.
I would not. Now we're going to conclude with Kiva Moed. We're going to invite Kelly to lead us. It's a fun song. I think it was written by Rick Recht, I think. So I'm going to invite Kelly to lead us. For those who would like, we invite you to stand.
Kiva Moed, Kiva Moed, Kiva Moed, Kiva Moed. La 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 Ojivo shalom aleinu, Ojivo shalom aleinu, Ojivo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Ojivo shalom aleinu, Ojivo shalom aleinu, Ojivo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam aleinu ve'al kol yulom. Salam, salam. Ojivo shalom aleinu, Ojivo shalom aleinu, Ojivo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Ojivo shalom aleinu, Ojivo shalom aleinu, Ojivo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.
Thank you, Kelly. We're now going to turn to our prayer books, back to page 5 or 123. Again, page 5 or 123. Jules was going to lead us, but we were running just a little behind, and he does another service with this congregation in Charleston. So I'm going to go ahead and lead it, unless somebody else would like to lead the full Kaddish or even the short Kaddish. Does anybody want to do it? Page 5 or 123. Anyone want to do it? If not, then I will be happy to do it.
Oh, maybe left.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Oh, Herbert, did you want to do it? Hey, you're welcome. Caden, did you want to do it?
Yeah.
All right, good, Caden. I'm sorry, I can't see everybody. So, Caden, would you lead us, please? Can you just put yourself on mute? There we go. Perfect.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pori hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kinshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinkvelanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit. Kihu yom tequila, lemikrai kodesh, ze'achel itziat mitzrayim. Kibanu b'chata, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, ve'shabbat kodsheka, ve'ahava uvratzon, Inchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
L'chaim, thank you, Caden. And of course, we have our famous Challah, Lazarus, whose birthday will be coming up in March, which is coming very soon. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Thanks again. Please unmute yourself and say goodbye. And then we'll invite Kelly to lead us out in song. Safe weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Shabbat shalom.
Have a great weekend and a good week. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.